Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. Silver seems to be in quite a bit of a sticky situation, but not to worry. I got y'all. We're going to be going over why the prices are acting the way they are, but more importantly, what you need to do about it. So before you start freaking out, before you start panic selling, make sure to watch this whole video. I promise by the end, you will be a lot more at ease. So with that said, make sure to smash the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. I post daily videos. So with that said, let's jump in the video. So things aren't looking too hot for silver and gold right now. And you know more than anyone, mainstream media is going to eat this stuff up. They love when there's a bit of a silver and gold dip, right? They're going to tell you guys the stocks were the winners, stocks were the ones to invest in, and it's definitely very misleading. And I'll tell you why. That's gambling. There's a difference between investing and gambling. When you're gambling, you are going all in right then on the spot. When you're playing blackjack or poker and you're at the table, you go all in right there. Investing is much different. Investing, you are investing into that company, you're investing into that idea, you're investing into that asset because it's supposed to grow and blossom over time, right? You're looking at the longevity, you're looking at the full picture. You're not too worried about the price right now. Investing is looking at where the price could be, the potential, the opportunity. So when mainstream media looks at silver right now and says it's $22, it's a bad investment, don't buy it, that's gambling. They're not looking at the full picture. I could tell you guys silver's a terrible investment. It's $22, right? It's in the red. Look at this chart. It dropped so far. You want to stay away from this, right? Or I could tell you understanding the economy, understanding what stimulus is going to do to the dollar, understanding how the dollar was already on its last leg before this pandemic, understanding the global silver shortage with the the rapidly rising demand, especially from Joe Biden winning from 5G towers, electric vehicles, silver ions, and solar panels with photovoltaic cells. Not only just all that, we have this very interesting technologically advanced world we're heading in. It's a digital age. There's gonna be, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So understanding that, if you understand the whole picture of where we're headed, now looking at silver at $22, it shows that silver is actually undervalued. So that means if it's undervalued, you want to buy it because it's cheap and you know the price will go back up. Let's look at the chart of anything, the all-time chart of silver. It goes up, it goes down. It goes up, it goes down. It goes up, it goes down. You buy the dips, you sell the tops. Most time, mainstream media is going to tell you to buy up here and to sell down here. Because when it's up here, that's when everyone's talking about it. That's when friends, family, your neighbors, your cousin, your dog, your cat is saying, oh, look at silver, it's so high. Go buy some. But that's the wrong time to buy. That's actually the time to sell. When most people are buying, that's when me and you are selling to those people that are buying. When it's down here, most people are panic selling or staying away from it, but that's where we get the good prices and the deals. See, people mostly invest backwards, and that's due to mainstream media telling them so. So it's very interesting to see how different people invest. Some people invest and some people gamble. We see the full picture. So I have a couple of different articles, one from Yahoo Finance, the other from Seeking Alpha. One of them's talking more about, the nitty gritty. The other one's talking about how critical these lines are and also what's affecting the markets more. So let's jump into it. So silver markets did very little during the trading session on Thursday, which is not a huge surprise. I mean, it was Thanksgiving, right? And therefore, we were stuck with just thin trading on electronic exchanges. So that being said, we are near rather significantly important support near the $22.75 level, which is an area that we have bounced from previously. So this is a pretty critical support level, right? And it goes over in the second article. We're going to talk about how critical this level is and what this could mean. So the 200-day EMA is starting to get close to this area, and therefore I think that will also attract a certain amount of attention as well. And attention meaning a lot of buyers, right? I mean, when the price is this low, when the price does go to, these types of levels, a lot of people understand that that's way too low for silver. They understand that that's definitely a very good price, and they're going to buy in. I mean, that's what happens. When the price goes low like this, people buy, pushes the price back up, and then when it goes up, people sell, and it pushes the price back down. I hate to tell you that that's the majority of how the prices are affected, especially with something like precious metals that have intrinsic value, and that should be moved more from what word am I looking for? I guess more from a supply and demand type of matter instead of more speculative like crypto or even stocks. But that is kind of what's happening. I mean, there is more speculation coming in the markets. The markets are more affected by how people think or where they think the price should be instead of what's actually causing or what would be causing the price to be that way. So the market continues to grind sideways in general, and therefore it is likely to be a scenario where there will be buyers underneath. But longer, I'm still bullish for silver. And this is not to say I would be jumping in with both feet right now. And I don't get that. If you're bullish for silver in the long term, then when it's down like this, why wouldn't you buy it? So he's saying he's bullish in the long term. So he knows the price is going to be up, or he thinks it is. So if you're bullish in the long term and it's down right now, wouldn't that mean that this is where you definitely should be buying it, because that's where you get the best price? If you go to the store and buy a pair of shoes that are $60, or you want a pair of shoes that are $60, you don't buy them though. So you go to the store the next week and the shoes are $45. Wouldn't you be happier to get the shoes for cheaper? I don't get it. Right now, this is when I buy the most silver. This is when I buy the most because I'm getting it for the cheapest price. I know the price is going to go back up, especially next year. See, here's the thing though. I'm going to tell you guys also where this euphoric recall, or this euphoric idea is coming from. And this is people hearing about all the vaccines. They have more strength in the dollar. And I hope one of these articles does go over it. I don't think it's this article. I think it's the next one. But it does. This is definitely one of what's happening here, ladies and gentlemen. As we close the year, people are thinking next year is going to get a lot better. They think the dollar is going to be stronger. They think stocks are going to become more stable. They think that the vaccine, the pandemic's kind of going to water down. But most people, which is affecting the price, remember I quote unquote most people, we're not most people. Most people, the stocks and the traders and the mainstream media, that's their idea. But that's not reality. They don't understand what's really going to happen. They don't understand where our financial system is. They don't understand what stimulus is going to do, especially trillions of dollars of stimulus is going to do to the markets, to the financial system, to the dollar, to everyone across the world. Remember, the USD is the world's reserve currency. Everyone around the globe relies on the dollar's strength. So people don't understand what's the reality. They're living in this assumption, this assumed fantasy. And I say assumed because that they're not looking at any of the real statistics. If you look at the reality, look at what happened in 2008 when we threw out $1 billion stimulus, look at now when we throw out $1 trillion stimulus. If you look at anything of evidence, any type of actual or factual evidence of what's going to happen, you would know that things are not going to get better next year. And that's from an investor's point of view. Most people aren't investors and don't have that point of view. They just go off of what they think or they hope. I guess hope's a better word. Hope would happen. And that's not reality. So we know that right now it's almost like a false market. So next article is going into silver trading at critical levels. There's definitely some critical support right here. Honestly, I hope it stays down. When silver goes up to $30, $40, I hate that. I actually made a video probably like a week ago, talking about why I'm mad at silver. I'm pissed off at silver. And that's because the price was starting to stabilize up at these high levels. And I don't like that. I don't plan on selling for another 15, 20 years. So why in the world would I want the price to be high right now? I want the price to stay $20 for the next 10 years so I can accumulate as much silver as possible. What, do I want the price to go higher right now just so I feel better? Like, oh, I have more hope. No, I know the price is going to be up. In 15, 20 years from now, think about how much time that is. Do you really honestly think silver is still going to be $22 in 15, 20 years? Even in 5 years, in 10 years? Do you honestly still think silver is going to be $15, $20? No. No way. There's no way in hell that's going to happen. So knowing that when I sell, the price is going to be a lot higher, why would I want the price to be higher right now? Just to assure me or reassure me? No. I have faith in silver. I understand its true value. So anyways, so the markets are trading under widespread pressure, right? Let's go into the nitty gritty. So they're looking at, they talk about back in March when there's obviously $11 silver. Here's the daily chart history, underlying bullish trend. So as we can see, price momentum in the silver trust reached extreme levels. Now it appears that describing these trends as the opportunity of a lifetime, there's no way outlandish. However, we also seen a pullback in market price activity, which allows the traders to establish new positions based on funds' recent weakness. So there is opportunity. I mean, anytime, I'm a very opportunistic person. I'm a very realistic person as well. Right, I don't go off of hope. I go off of statistics, I go off of pattern, and I go off of opportunity. I don't look at things and say and just throw it out there and hope it sticks. I'm not going to tell you guys stuff you don't need to know. I'm not going to go into theories that I don't think are relevant or that are, that I don't think are rational. I'm always going to look at the rational, the relevant, the points that make the most sense. Right, and that goes against precious metals sometimes too. If let's say that there is a vaccine, there is a cure or something, and the world really does start to look like things are gonna get better, I'm gonna tell you that. But there's no way in hell that's gonna actually happen. The only way that would happen is if somehow people we just forgot about stimulus, or somehow the $1 trillion stimulus only turned into millions or somehow, but obviously that's not going to happen. People need that money. So even me giving it the benefit of the doubt, there's no way that things are going to get better before they get way, way worse. And in that way, way worse time, that's where precious metals build some ground. That's where prices start to stabilize higher. Because yes, I can tell you stimulus is going to push precious metals higher next year once the dollar gets hurt. But what's the time frame? How long is that going to be? Is it going to be short-lived? I mean, yeah, what if it's affected for a couple months? But what if things after that, when the economy does recover from the vaccine, what if things start to go back down? But then I can guarantee that after stimulus is thrown out, then the shortage with the 5G, the solar panels, the green energy revolution for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, that's what's going to keep the price higher. That's what's going to ensure, put the nail in the coffin to ensure the prices stay higher. So it's not just A, B, or C, it's A, B, and C. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Now do you see why I said in the beginning to tune in to the whole video, and I'm sure you'll be a lot more at ease. I don't just say this stuff. I'm not just saying this stuff to get views. I'm not just saying this stuff so you watch longer to get my view duration up. I don't care about that stuff. I've been making video for like 4 years on the channel. That's not the point. My point is that I need you guys to understand this. Imagine if you're a new investor into silver and gold, and you're freaking out because you bought silver at, the August 3rd, in August when silver's $30, you see it down this low and you're panicking right now. You have no idea what's going on or where the price is going to go, and you're about to sell, right? Imagine you're about to sell and get into something like Bitcoin, or maybe listen to everyone else, like mainstream media, invest into stocks because you're panicking right now and you're about to get out. Imagine that person, but then imagine after they watch this video, how they would feel, or how that would affect their strategy. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just saying this stuff to say it. There's a reason. I never speak without reason. A lot of people do. That's why I don't like a lot of YouTubers. That's not talking about silver and gold YouTubers. That's why I don't like a lot of people that make content, right? Because when people are listening to you, when you have an audience, your audience doesn't care about 95% of the things you're saying. With me, I try to make that as minimal as possible. Every single line that comes out of my mouth, I want it to be impactful and I want it to have reason. I'm not going to start rambling on about something that you don't need to know or you don't need to hear. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash that like button. More importantly, subscribe. You got to be subscribed. Not for my sake, for your sake. You got to be getting this daily dose of information. You have to. You cannot be blindly investing and expect success. It's not realistic. So on that note, I'm going to wrap this video up. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.